It's been a wonderful game between Liverpool and Darmstadt, with Liverpool scoring 3 goals and Darmstadt scoring 1 goal, with goals from Mohamed Salah, Diogo Jota, and Luis Diaz. Really, all these goals have been beautiful goals, and the one and only Mohamed Salah has really played quite well as anticipated. He's been quite a brilliant football player, despite the fact that he was substituted to bring in yet youngsters to make sure everybody can have a piece of the cake. The preseason games really end with the club Liverpool making sure that gets the final score, final win of the preseason games, and now Liverpool will be heading into the Premier League games. The Premier League is definitely going to be coming up anytime from now. Just a couple of days, and it's now not even weeks but days until when Liverpool officially begins the Premier League. So it's ended 3 goals on 1, and as I told you before, Mohamed Salah scored in the 5th minute, and then Diogo Jota scoring in the 8th minute, then Honsuk scoring in the 10th minute, and that was a goal from Darmstadt, and then Luis Diaz scoring in the 59th minute. And this is really what happened. Everything was in the first 10 minutes, really. First 10 minutes, those 2 goals. 8 minutes, those 2 goals. I thought if Liverpool really wanted in this game, Liverpool would have scored. Depending on the first 10 minutes, was quite easy for the club Liverpool, and they would have been scored more than 5 goals, I reckon. 5 wouldn't have been even enough, maybe 6 or 7. But after the first 10 minutes, what Liverpool really had to do is to go slow for the football club Darmstadt, because they realized it's a lower class really, and Liverpool had brought all its boys out. I mean, when you see who was playing for Liverpool, if you saw the lineup, everybody, almost everyone on the starting 11 for the club, Liverpool was a very good one, because looking at Alisson, of course, always in the goals of Liverpool, undoubtedly. Then Trent Alexander-Arnold playing quite well in there, with Konate and Virgil van Dijk in the defense, alongside Robertson. All of these are first-team football players. Dominic Szoboszlai also was in there, despite the fact that he got a yellow card, and not forgetting that Alexis McAllister also, who was later substituted. Then Cody Gakpo, Mohamed Salah, Diogo Jota, and Luis Diaz. Three forwards, really. Because it was a 4-3-3 formation, with the forward section that had Mohamed Salah, Diogo Jota, and Luis Diaz. Really, all these football players were on point quite well. A number of substitutions were definitely on to bring in. Liverpool definitely had to bring in youngsters. Liverpool brought on youngsters to make sure everybody can get the piece of the cake to end the preseason games quite well. A few football players were really brought on the game to impress, to make sure they can impress Jurgen Klopp, so that possibly they can earn themselves a place in the starting 11. But by the look of things, the starting 11 of the main team, the main team of the club Liverpool is quite solid, very solid, and I think it could be a bit tricky. For youngsters really to get in there, it will be a bit tricky for them, because Liverpool is really developing at a very fast rate. When you talk about we already know that a few football players have already left the club Liverpool. Football players like major football players in the midfield, really. Football players like Jordan Henderson are already left for Al Ettifaq, and in the Saudi Pro League, where he joins Steven Gerrard, former Liverpool captain, and he left in a big gap in there. And also not forgetting that Fabinho also left the club Liverpool, and at £40 million, and also left for Saudi Arabia. So Liverpool has been looking at reinforcement, and still have a number of days are still left for the transfer season to get done. It will be remembered that there will be no transfer business on 2nd of September. Transfer business really ends on the 1st of September, so Liverpool has a number of days to make sure it can bring in a few more football players so that it can compete favorably. And some good players really impressed me, I must say. Some youngsters really played quite well. To be specific, I've liked a very young superstar, this youngster that came on and really performed quite well. A youngster called Doc. Doc has been a very brilliant one. I think he could be fighting for a place in Liverpool's main squad, really, so that he can have a few more games, can increase on his gameplay. He's quite a brilliant one. Played a couple of minutes and really impressed. So, and a little bit about transfer news, about what definitely has been happening. Liverpool's third bid for Romeo Lavia has been rejected, and Liverpool's third bid is quite funny. Liverpool's third bid was £45 million, and £45 million with the club Southampton. Southampton says it needs £50 million, and for some reason I was like, £50 million is quite a lot of money. Possibly 45 will be okay for the football player Romeo Lavia. I don't know what I said before. If I didn't say Romeo Lavia, I don't remember quite well. But if I didn't say Romeo Lavia, I didn't get it right. But I mean Romeo Lavia. So Romeo Lavia is a Southampton football player, saying that really is £50 million. The club Southampton is quite sure that Liverpool wants the football player, and they've gone on and rejected the third bid that was worth £45 million and said no £50 million and no Romeo Lavia. So let's hope everything keeps on moving on quite well for the club Liverpool, and possibly Liverpool can get the football player it definitely wants, and that is none other than the one and only Romeo Lavia. But it's been quite a brilliant game with quite a number of football players attacking. Liverpool has played attacking football, really. It's been a weak club. Nothing to jubilate about, nothing much to jubilate about. It should have been a win for the club Liverpool, and it has been a win for the club Liverpool. Only shows Liverpool is way better than that club, and also the final game, final preseason game, being a win for the club Liverpool, also proves quite a lot that Liverpool is going to get yet into maybe looking at basing on this game, final preseason game, Liverpool can see which regions are really missing, and reinforcements can be done. But I don't think you can judge basing on this game. It's been a very weak club. When I saw the first 10 minutes, I really thought, it's going to be maybe 5-0, and comfortably would have been 5-0, 5-1. That last game, the goal that was scored by Darmstadt, football player, really, that goal was quite a good one, but still, I would say Liverpool had already laid back after scoring 2 goals and realizing really this hard club, they do not need to put in quite a lot of effort. Try to play quite easy with them, play easy on them. Otherwise, it would have been quite bad for the club. More ugly than it already looks for the club Darmstadt. Anyway, let's hope really things keep on moving on quite well for the club Liverpool, as we already know that the next match will be on Sunday, the 13th of August, and that will be the game that will start the Premier League for the club Liverpool, and will be a game between the club Chelsea and Liverpool, and that is on Sunday, and 16:30, that's UK time. Sunday 13th of August, please be here so that I can give you the latest of information about that game. Possibly if I can, I'll bring a watch along. If I can't, I will definitely be bringing pre-season analysis and post-match analysis. pre-game, pre-match analysis and post-match analysis. Anyway, let's hope things keep on moving on quite well for you, as Liverpool has managed to win this game. 3 goals on 1 with football players Mohamed Salah, Diogo Jota, and Luis Diaz scoring all goals, 3 goals for the club Liverpool. Please subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you do not miss out on whatever I've got to bring to you. I remain Abu Carls. Thank you and goodbye for now. Let's meet in yet another video.